The 17th century scam, how Russia invented Slavs. Today, we're diving into one of history's biggest identity scams, the invention of Slavs as a unifying identity. It was a clever move by Imperial Russia to control Christian populations under Ottoman rule. Let's unpack how this idea came to life and its lasting consequences. The 17th century was a time of massive power struggles. The Ottoman Empire controlled vast territories, including many Christian populations in the Balkans. Meanwhile, Russia was on the rise as an Orthodox Christian power, but it needed a way to expand its influence. What better way than to invent a unifying identity, the Slavs, to rally people under their banner? The term Slavs wasn't new, it had existed linguistically to describe some Eastern European tribes. But it was Russia that weaponized it. By the mid-17th century, the Russian Tsars and their advisors began promoting the idea that all Orthodox Christians in Ottoman lands, Serbs, Bulgarians, and others, were part of a single Slavic family. Part of this identity-building effort involved rebranding the cultural achievements of the First Bulgarian Empire. The Old Bulgarian language and its Cyrillic alphabet, creations of Bulgarian culture and intellect, were retroactively labeled as Slavic. The truth is, Old Bulgarian was developed to serve the Christianization of the Bulgarian Empire centuries earlier. The Cyrillic script, adapted from the earlier Glagolitic alphabet, was a product of Bulgarian culture, not some vague Slavic heritage. But by the 17th century, Russia adopted and reframed it as part of a broader Slavic identity to legitimize their leadership over other Orthodox Christians. The goal: to frame Russia as their natural protector. This wasn't just a cultural movement. It was deeply political. Russia positioned itself as the defender of orthodoxy, leveraging shared religion and this new Slavic identity to undermine Ottoman authority. Religion was central to this scheme. Russian Orthodox leaders spread the idea that it was their divine duty to protect all Orthodox Christians. They tied this mission to the fabricated concept of a Slavic brotherhood. Propaganda through sermons and diplomatic channels reinforced the narrative. Russia's envoys encouraged revolts and loyalty to Moscow, claiming that the Slavs were one people destined to be free under Russian leadership. But here's the twist. The so-called Slavic identity wasn't as unified as Russia claimed. Many of these communities had distinct languages, cultures, and histories. The idea of a Slavic brotherhood was a convenient myth to serve Russia's imperial goals, not a reflection of reality. Under the Ottomans, Christians had significant autonomy in religious and cultural matters through the millet system. The Slavic unity and narrative ignored these nuances to push an agenda. This strategy worked, eventually. Over centuries, the idea of Slavic unity fueled revolts against the Ottomans and helped Russia expand its influence in the Balkans. Even today, echoes of this identity linger in regional politics and cultural perceptions. But make no mistake, that the Slavic Brotherhood wasn't a grassroots movement. It was a top-down creation by Russian imperialists with a clear goal: control. This 17th century scam shows the power of a narrative. By inventing a unifying identity, Russia influenced generations of people and reshaped the geopolitical landscape. It's a reminder that history is as much about storytelling as it is about facts. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into historical scams, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more fascinating stories from the past.